Most people have one stream of income, their salary. And for most of their working lives, they defend that one stream with everything they have. They work harder to protect it. They avoid risks that might threaten it. They build their entire financial life around the assumption that as long as that one stream keeps flowing, everything will be fine. And then something happens. A company restructures, an industry disrupts, a health crisis arrives. A global pandemic shuts everything down, and they discover that one stream was never as secure as it felt. The wealthiest people in the Philippines and around the world do not think this way. They do not protect one stream. They build many. And the data on why that matters is more compelling than most people realize. This video is about why you need at least 10 streams of income and exactly what those 10 streams look like for a serious Filipino investor in 2026. Not theory, not motivation, specific income streams with specific vehicles, specific yield data, and a specific framework for building them in sequence based on where you are starting from. Let us begin with the most important principle behind multiple income streams. It is not about greed, it is about mathematics and risk management. A single income stream has a binary outcome. It either flows or it stops. The probability of any single income stream being permanently disrupted over a 30-year career is significantly higher than most people want to admit. Job losses, business failures, industry disruptions, health events, and economic crises all have the capacity to eliminate a single income source completely and without warning. But the probability of 10 different income streams all being eliminated simultaneously by the same event is dramatically lower. This is the same principle behind portfolio diversification in investing. You do not put all your capital in one stock, not because you are pessimistic about that stock, but because the consequences of being wrong about one thing are too severe when that one thing is everything you have. The same logic applies to income. Now let us go through the 10 income streams that serious Filipino investors are building right now with real yield data behind each one. Income stream number 1 is your primary earned income. This is your salary, your professional fees, or your business revenue. It is the foundation and it deserves to be as strong as possible. But it is also the most vulnerable because it depends entirely on your continued ability to show up and perform. Everything that follows is about making sure this stream is no longer your only stream. Income stream number 2 is dividend income from PSE blue chip stocks. The PSE has a specific set of companies that have paid dividends consistently for over a decade. Companies in utilities, telecommunications, banking, and consumer staples generate predictable cash flow that they distribute to shareholders regardless of what the broader economy is doing. Current gross yields on the strongest PSE dividend payers range from 3 to 7% annually. At a portfolio size of 5 million pesos invested in quality dividend stocks, you are generating 150,000 to 350,000 pesos per year in passive dividend income before tax. This stream grows as you reinvest dividends and add capital over time. Income stream number 3 is MP2 passive income. The Pag-ibig MP2 savings program is currently paying 7.12% per annum completely tax-free. On a 1 million peso placement, that is 71,200 pesos per year in guaranteed government-backed income with zero management required. On a 3 million peso placement, it is 213,600 pesos per year. This is the most efficient risk-adjusted income stream available to any Filipino investor right now, and it requires no skill, no management, and no active decision-making beyond the initial placement. Income stream number 4 is Philippine Real Estate Investment Trust income. Real estate investment trusts listed on the PSE pay quarterly dividends backed by rental income from commercial properties, office buildings, malls, industrial parks, and data centers. Current gross yields range from 5 to 7% annually. Unlike owning a physical condo, you can start with as little as a few thousand pesos. You can sell anytime you need liquidity, and you collect rental income without managing a single tenant. On a 2 million peso REIT portfolio, you are generating 100,000 to 140,000 pesos per year in quarterly income. Income stream number 5 is digital bank interest income. The top Philippine digital banks are currently paying 3.5 to 8% on savings and time deposit products. This is not a wealth building stream. It is a cash management stream. Your emergency fund, your short-term capital reserves, and the money you are holding between investment decisions should be earning 4 to 5% in a high-yield digital account rather than 0.5% in a traditional bank savings account. Even on a 500,000 peso emergency fund, the difference between 0.5% and 4.5% is 20,000 pesos per year in additional income for zero additional risk. Income stream number 6 is rental property income. Physical property in the right districts generates rental income that, net of all real costs including association dues, vacancy months, property tax, and maintenance, currently yields 2.5 to 4% annually in Metro Manila's strongest submarkets. This stream is the most management intensive on this list, but it also provides the benefits of leverage and potential capital appreciation that purely financial instruments cannot match. The key is being honest about the net yield after all costs rather than the gross yield that developers and brokers use in their marketing materials. Income stream number 7 is dollar-denominated income or assets. Every Filipino investor should have some exposure to US dollar assets. Not because the dollar is always stronger than the peso, but because the peso has a structural long-term depreciation trend driven by the Philippines being a net importer with persistent current account deficits. Holding dollar time deposits, US dollar money market funds accessible through Philippine brokerages, or USD-denominated bonds provides a natural hedge against peso depreciation that compounds meaningfully over a decade. An OFW who earns in dollars already has this stream naturally. A domestic investor needs to build it deliberately. Income stream number 8 is business or professional income beyond your primary role. This is the income stream most professionals have the most direct control over, but underestimate the most. A doctor who sees private patients. A lawyer who takes referral cases, a finance professional who consults independently, an accountant who prepares tax returns on weekends. This secondary professional income stream does not require building an entirely new business. It requires monetizing skills you already have in a context outside your primary employer. Income stream number 9 is Bitcoin and digital asset exposure. Over the past decade, Bitcoin has evolved from a speculative fringe asset into an institutional asset class held by public companies, ETFs, hedge funds, and sovereign entities. For Filipino investors, this stream is not about gambling on meme coins or day trading volatile tokens. It is about owning a scarce global digital asset with a fixed supply that operates outside the traditional financial system. A disciplined allocation to Bitcoin combined with yield-generating stablecoin products or regulated digital asset platforms can create both long-term capital appreciation and additional income opportunities. The volatility is higher than traditional assets, which is why position sizing matters. But completely ignoring digital assets in 2026 is increasingly becoming the equivalent of ignoring the internet in the early 2000s. The goal is controlled exposure, not reckless speculation. Income stream number 10 is precious metals exposure through gold and silver. For thousands of years, gold has functioned as a store of value during periods of inflation, currency weakness, financial crises, and geopolitical uncertainty. Silver adds both monetary and industrial demand exposure, which can create additional upside during global economic expansions. This stream is not designed to generate high monthly cash flow like dividends or rental income. Its role is protection. Gold and silver historically perform best during periods when confidence in financial systems, paper currencies, or global stability begins to weaken. For Filipino investors, precious metals also provide diversification away from purely peso-denominated assets and traditional financial markets. Exposure can come through physical bullion, gold ETFs, mining stocks, or regulated digital gold platforms, depending on your preference for liquidity and security. The goal is not to bet everything on precious metals. The goal is to own assets that have preserved purchasing power across generations and economic cycles. Because true wealth is not only about growing capital, it is also about protecting it when the world becomes uncertain. The income from getting this right is not a cash flow in the traditional sense. It is the preservation of everything the other 9 streams created. Now, here is the framework for building these 10 streams in sequence. Because the order matters. Start with streams 2, 3, and 5 immediately because they require the least capital, the least management, and the least expertise. MP2, dividend stocks, and digital bank optimization can be started this week with whatever capital you currently have available. Add stream 4, Philippine real estate investment trusts, as your capital grows because they provide the most efficient combination of yield, liquidity, and property exposure without the management burden of physical real estate. Build stream 6, physical rental property, only after you have streams 2 through 5 generating consistent income. Because rental property requires the most capital, the most management, and the most expertise to execute correctly. Layer stream, $7 exposure. Consistently over time by converting a portion of every income event into dollar-denominated assets, rather than trying to time the currency market. Develop streams 8 and 9 in parallel with your financial streams because they require time investment, not capital investment, and the compounding of skills and audience is as powerful as the compounding of financial capital. Protect stream 10 by building a base. The goal is not to have all 10 streams generating significant income simultaneously next month. The goal is to have all 10 streams generating some income within the next 5 years and significant income within the next 10. Because 10 streams each generating 50,000 pesos per month is 500,000 pesos per month in total passive and semi-passive income. That number is not a fantasy. It is the mathematical outcome of starting each stream deliberately and letting compounding do its work over time. So the investors who will look back on 2026 as the year that changed their financial trajectory are not the ones who waited for the perfect moment to start. They are the ones who understood that the perfect moment was the one where they had enough information to take the first step. You now have that information. The only question is which stream you are going to build first.